Good morning, Shindo here. Well, it has happened again. For the third time, American ships have been fired upon by the Houthi rebels who are backed by Iran in Yemen. Before I read this article, let me say a couple of things. I have said several times that if you comment on my channel, please do it like an adult, but unfortunately, I suppose I am speaking to a lot of people who are not adults and never will be, not in their mind. Understand, I have a much tougher skin than someone like Donald Trump, so when I wake up in the morning and I read cursing at me for no reason at all, I realize that there's just something wrong with the people who do it. However, I would like to make an appeal to those of you who do not do that, that you make the people who feel okay with being a troll feel not so okay with being a troll. You see, I can say whatever I want to them, and it's not going to do any good. Those of you who do like what I do, and there's a lot more out there that do like it than those who are trolling me, I ask that you keep an eye out for these people, because they need to be shamed off of YouTube. It's just ridiculous that somebody would come on without any kind of explanation and just call me a string of expletives. It's very childish as well. So, that being said, of course, if you like what I do, subscribe, click like, share my videos, and here we go. The Guardian. This is from The Guardian, folks. I am reading from an article that I will post the link to in the description box. U.S. warship attacked for the third time from Yemen, says American official. Iran-aligned Houthi rebels deny they were behind the first two attacks, which prompted retaliatory U.S. strikes on Yemen. The U.S. Navy destroyer was targeted on Saturday in a failed missile attack from territory in Yemen-controlled Iran-aligned Houthi rebels, the third such incident in the past week, a U.S. defense official said. Multiple missiles were fired at the USS Mason, sailing in international waters in the Red Sea, but the warship took countermeasures to defend itself and was not hit, the official said. The latest attack could provoke further retaliation by the U.S. military, which launched cruise missiles on Thursday against three coastal radar sites in Houthi-controlled areas in Yemen in response to the two previous failed missile firings against Mason. The U.S. missile strikes, authorized by President Obama, marked Washington's first direct military action against suspected Houthi-controlled targets in Yemen's conflict, and raised questions about the potential for further escalation. The Houthi movement earlier this week denied responsibility for the missile attacks on the Mason and warned that it would defend itself. The Pentagon on Thursday stressed the limited nature of the strikes, aimed at radar that it suspected enabled the launch of at least three missiles against the Mason last Sunday and Wednesday. Pentagon spokesman Peter Cook said at the time that the U.S. counterstrikes were not connected to the broader civil war in Yemen, which has unleashed famine and killed more than 10,000 people since March 2015 in the Arab world's poorest country. The United States, a longtime ally of Saudi Arabia, has provided aerial refueling of warplanes from a Saudi-led coalition striking Yemen and it supplies U.S. weapons to the kingdom. A Saudi Arabian-led coalition has admitted it bombed a funeral in Yemen last weekend, killing at least 140 people and wounded about 600, and said, quote, wrong information was to blame. Iran, which supports the Houthi group, said last week it had deployed 2 warships to the Gulf of Aden to protect ship lanes from piracy. So, folks, this happened for a third time. You have these Houthi rebels backed by Iran that have fired on American forces. So, it's just, all of these things are just becoming a normal, just everyday occurrence. And we have a feckless president of the United States who does virtually nothing about this, never did do anything about this. And the only reason that he even knocked out some satellite receivers about a week ago, not even a week ago, was because of the presidential election going on. Whoever's president in this next, after this election, and increasingly again, it looks like that's going to be Donald Trump. Yes, folks, Donald Trump. I don't care what they say in the media. Whoever's president is going to it's going to have a major mess to deal with. And I believe, as I have stated before, that what we're going to see is a very unstable, yet very welcomed peace in the world. And probably that's going to come from someone who you might least expect, who could bring that peace to the world, which I've discussed before in other videos. So, folks, if you like what I do, please subscribe, click like, comment like an adult. Okay? There's just no reason to go on my videos and just write a string of expletives, call me names. Folks, it's just extremely childish, and it doesn't do you any good. If you have a problem with something I said, first of all, understand that I am reading from an article. Okay? I do commentary on it, but I am reading from an article. So if you have a problem with the article, then you don't have a problem with me. I mean, grow up, folks. Grow up. Those of you who do this. And of course, folks, if you like what I do, please subscribe to my channel. This is Shindo. Have a good Sunday.